Hi, good morning everybody. It's Norma here, welcoming you to your Friday morning slow flow. We're just a few minutes out, so for those joining now, welcome. Get yourself comfortable on your mat. If you're joining later on, welcome. You know, this is always available later to you at any time. So it's nice to be back here and settling into a new routine from holidays. I missed seeing all of you over the last few weeks, and I'm looking forward to sharing the next 30 minutes with you. So we're going to start in Shavasana today. So get yourself comfortable on your mat, and we're going to be starting in just a few minutes. Reminders that this is your 30 minutes that you've carved out for yourself, so take care of yourself and be aware of what your body needs this morning from your practice. Take sips of water, if always good to keep hydrated, especially in the morning, and we will offer some modifications, so remembering to practice at your own level. I can't see you out there, but I will continue to offer some cues and any alterations to the poses. I'm not introducing anything new today, but we are going to be getting into our hips a little bit, so you either love or hate those type of classes. Hopefully everybody doesn't drop off. So we will begin to settle. I'm going to be in a seated position just to start. We do have 2 minutes to till 7:30, so we'll just arrive during that time and wait for any others to join. So we're just about a minute out, so we can have a practice in a few moments. Just checking to make sure everybody can hear me okay. Alrighty. So once again, welcome to your Friday morning slow flow. If you've arrived just a few minutes early, you can begin to settle in to a comfortable position in Shavasana on your mat. I'm going to be just sitting up for about the next moment. And then I will begin my practice in Shavasana as well. So wherever you are, coming down to your mat, finding a comfortable position to allow your body to arrive here. Spreading your feet out wide, pointing your toes to the outer aspects of your mat. Finding a comfortable position where you feel supported. Maybe tucking your shoulders in a little bit, opening your heart up. And just take these first few breaths to arrive and settle. And maybe make any micro adjustments that will allow you to feel perfectly settled here, or maybe imperfectly settled on your mat. Bringing your awareness to your breath, letting anything that may have been on your mind that go, and turn your attention to your breath and allow things to soften here. So as you're softening and turning your attention on your breath, can you allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of your mouth? Maybe unclench your jaw. Maybe you don't know that you're clenching your jaw. Maybe even smiling. Letting your shoulders fall away. And taking an inhale breath. Holding and sigh. Let it all go. Maybe that allows you to soften even more. So as we transition now to a breath that enters in through your nose and exits through your nose, can you bring your awareness there? Maybe even imagining that breath coming in your nostrils, filling up your chest, your belly, and then letting it travel back up. Don't force anything. And over the next 3 breaths, just scan your body and see, how do I feel on this Friday morning? Is there any area in my body that is calling out for some extra attention? Just awareness, no judgment. Can you send some breath there? Beautiful. And if your mind begins to wander through our class, our 30 minutes together, can you bring your awareness back to your breath and maybe reimagine that breath entering your nose, traveling through your body, filling your chest, your lungs, feeding that beautiful oxygen to your body, and knowing that this is your time and anything that needs your attention will be available when we're finished. Slowly taking your knees into your chest. Can you put your hands just on the top of your knees and just make small circles with your knees? 3 one way, slower than you want to, and then 3 the opposite way. Just feeling that nice massage in that lower back, lubricating our hips a little bit. As I mentioned, we're going to get into our hips a little bit today. And just doing some things to wake up our hips so we can honor our body and prepare for some hip opening. So once that's complete, bringing your body back to stillness, knees to chest, maybe coming up and hugging yourself. Expressing some gratitude for carving out this time to move and flow and breathe. Coming back down, turning over to your side and pushing up, and finding your first tabletop position. So with our tabletop, making sure that we're setting our foundation, hands are flat on the mat, shoulders are stepped over our elbows, the insides of our elbows are facing forward, not locking out. Toes can be tucked or they can be flat on the mat. We're just going to travel through some cat-cows to warm up. So dropping our belly, lifting our gaze, extending our tail long behind us, cow. And exhaling, curling belly button to spine. Making movement with breath here, traveling through 2 more. Cow. Lengthening, breathing, and offering your body any additional movement that it may be craving through these postures. breath with your movement. When that's complete, finding a flat back, just taking your hands a little bit forward as you tuck your toes, bending generously into your knees, raising up into our first downward facing dog. So once again, what does your body need from this downward facing dog this morning? Maybe it's pedaling out your heels. Maybe it's bending generously into one knee, lengthening the one heel lower, and then switching that. Or maybe you just want to wag your tail like a dog. I had the pleasure of being driven to work this morning by my husband and my dog, and I was just thinking about her little face as she was happy to see my friends here at work. Offering stillness now. Inhaling together, exhale, sigh, let it all go. Bending your knees, looking to the top of your mat and traveling there. You can walk, you can step, you can jump, whatever's in your practice. Inhaling, flat back to lengthen, one long line from your head right to your tail. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise and shine all the way up. Bringing hands to heart center. Inhaling, exhaling, bowing over your soft knees. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to our first plank. So, we're in a vinyasa class, so we will do a few flows today, but always honoring your body. High or low plank for your Chaturanga Dandasana. I'm going to go to my knees today, making sure your elbows are hugging to your body as you lower. For our first back bend, let's take our hands to the outer corners of our mats. Up on tented fingers, can you breathe your heart and your forehead up? Exhaling all the way down. Let's do that again. Inhaling. Exhale. Beautiful. Taking your hands back underneath your shoulders, tucking your toes, meeting in downward facing dog. Always an option to travel through table. Breathe your right leg up behind you. Stack your hip like you're, again, a lot of dog references today. Maybe like some male dogs do as they're going for walks. Again, what can we offer our hips here? Small circles with our knees, getting deeper into that hip. 3 one way, and 3 the other way. Beautiful, guys. Once that's complete, back to your 3-legged dog as you look to the top of your mat and step your right foot all the way through. Pivoting on your left foot, so that's like the number 11 facing the front of your mat. Can you transition up into your warrior 2? So heel to arch alignment with your feet, right and left foot. Your arms are sweeping like wings out to the sides. Your shoulders are soft. Your gaze is over your right middle finger. Warrior 2. So feeling that strength in the foundation as you can still see the toes on your front foot. Tucking your tail in. Making sure you're still breathing here. Flipping our right hand, reaching up and back, exalt your warrior. So nothing changes in your legs. Your gaze is up to your right hand. Your left hand can creep down long on your left leg. Or maybe you want to go into a half bind and it can be tucked in around your waist. Beautiful, guys. If you're in a bind, untucking that, coming back through warrior two arms as we straighten out our right knee without locking it out, all the way through to our triangle pose. So that right knee is still soft. You're reaching down with your right hand. Again, one long line from your right hand to your left hand as your chest opens. There your gaze follows. Rising back up, bending into your warrior two to reset. And taking hands to hip. Right foot turns, so it's facing front again. I'm just going to adjust a little bit so you can see me. So in a wide-legged fold here, or wide-legged stance, sorry, as we inhale to prepare, and we exhale, folding all the way down, letting our hands come forward. Can you walk your hands over to your right leg? Knees are still soft. Taking left hand to whatever accessible on your right lower leg. Can you breathe your right hand up and twist open to the right side of your room? Wherever you are. Beautiful. Letting that go. Traveling back to center. Now walking over to your left leg, taking right hand to whatever is accessible to just under your knee or your ankle. Taking right hand now up, left hand up now as we open and twist open to the left side of the room. Are you still breathing here? Beautiful, guys. Letting that go, coming back to center just to reset. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, let it all go. Pivoting your left foot so it's to the back of your mat now. That's now becoming our front of our mat temporarily. We're gonna walk ourselves forward, keeping our right foot in that parallel position, coming up to warrior two, second side. So a little bit of half mandala here, using our mat to its fullest. When we get to meet each other once again in a class format, we'll do the whole other side. Beautiful, guys. So once again, working to soften your warrior pose, feeling that strength in the foundation of your legs. Your arms are like wings. Your gaze is over your left middle finger now. Flipping your left palm now, reaching up and back, exalt your warrior. So once again, hand position on that right arm can be reaching down your leg, or maybe you want to take it into half bind once again. Nothing's changing here in your legs. Nothing's changing here in your breath. Beautiful, guys. Coming back through your warrior two just temporarily as you transition into your triangle pose, reaching, reaching, reaching as your left leg becomes straighter without locking out. Left hand comes down, right arm lifts. One long line now from your left hand all the way up to your right. Opening your heart and your chest and making sure we're still tucking our tail in. Beautiful, guys. Coming back, landing in warrior two once again, just to reset as we take our hands back to our hips. Left foot comes to number 11, facing forward, keeping our hands on our hips. Can we just transition to our heels, just coming in a little bit. Toes are facing out. We're just gonna seesaw our legs from side to side here as we settle into our goddess squat. Again, opening up into our hips. So nice long. Our pelvic bowl is settled here. We're long through our head, right from the lower spine all the way up to the top. You can stay here with your hand expression, or maybe you want to come to prayer, saying when the heck is she going to finish this goddess squat? Or maybe you want your heart open a little bit more and bringing cactus arms here. Where is your breath? You can do this. Beautiful, guys. Taking your hands back to heart center if you're open, letting your legs come up. Just shake those up a little bit. We're going to now take our right foot towards the front of the mat, pivot our hands down, taking right foot to meet left, and rinsing it out with the vinyasa. You can come up a little higher in your back bend as we warmed up, and exhaling into downward facing dog. Beautiful, guys. 3 breaths here to reset, knowing that you can offer that cleansing breath, letting an audible sigh come out through your mouth at any time. Can you take your right leg up behind you? Making sure your foot is flexed. Can you take right knee to right elbow? 3-legged dog. Right knee comes up to right nose. Can you try to kiss your nose with your knee? Or curl in like a little ball as close as you can. Back to 3-legged dog. This time taking right knee to right elbow. Can you take your right foot all the way across you? So we're standing on the outer aspect of our right blade of our foot, taking our left hand up, coming up into full-on triangle. Even if it's just for a moment, and if you're feeling really saucy, you want to challenge yourself, maybe that right foot comes up, even if it's just for a second. My shoulder's a little sore today, I can't do that too long. Taking left hand down, getting back to the 3-legged dog, right foot meets left. Beautiful, guys. Way to challenge yourself a little bit there. Can you breathe your left leg up behind you now? So you know where we're going. Taking left knee to left elbow. Back to 3-legged dog. Left knee, left nose, curling up like a small ball. Back to 3-legged dog. This time taking left knee across to right elbow, taking your left foot all the way across as you're on the blade of outer aspect of the left foot, coming up into fallen triangle, second side. And maybe you're feeling good here and you want to challenge yourself. My left shoulder is a little bit stronger than my right, so I might want to challenge bringing my left foot up. Again, even if it's just for a moment. Taking right hand to meet left, left foot meets right, settling into our dog just to reset, and then flowing it out with our last vinyasa. Beautiful, guys. Nice flow. So we're going to take 5 breaths wherever you are. Going to check and see how everybody's doing. You might want to grab a drink of water here. As we transition into our final pose before we settle onto our backs. Morning, Cecile. Morning, Matthew. Morning, Kathy. Nice to see everybody. Alrighty. So wherever you are, can you take 2 more breaths? and then meet in downward facing dog. Great, guys. Can we take our right leg up behind us again? Looking forward, stepping right foot to the top of your mat. So we're going to go into lizard pose here. So you want to take your right foot and toe heel it to the outer aspect of your mat. Hands are flat on the floor. Your right hand is against your right foot and your shoulders kind of leaning against your right knee. So lizard pose. Always an option for lizard to come down to your knee. Remembering honoring your body. And if you want to get deeper into the pose, and if you have some props available, depending on your flexibility, you might want to come down on your elbows. Again, not compromising your breath. Keeping that right knee hugging to your shoulder. And we're going to hold this for 8 breaths. Wherever you are, honoring your body. And always, as I said, an option to stay here up on your toes on your left foot. So these harder poses that we're holding for longer periods are times when our thoughts might come back. And can you send some breath there, acknowledging and bringing your awareness back to your breath. Beautiful, guys. If you're down on your elbows or on a prop, can you take it to the side and toe heel right foot back to your downward facing dog. And just kind of wagging your tail from side to side to let anything go there that may have come up. We hold a lot of our stories in our hips, in the sacral chakra region, and as we get deeper into these poses, we're able to soften and maybe release something that no longer serves us. Can you float your right leg up behind you? Taking your right knee to your right elbow again, can we come down onto our knee? So we're heading to pigeon. So, honoring your body once again. So we want to have your right knee as close to your right elbow as possible, and the number, it looks like a number 4. So I have tight hips, so I'm just gonna let my foot come back. Always an option to go on your back and do figure 4 here. We're stretching the exact same area. So you might wanna just let your left leg or left knee go back a little bit longer on the mat. And if this is where your expression of pigeon is today, that's where you're staying. If you want to come deeper in the pose, once again, you can come down onto elbows or to blocks. And can we settle here for 10 breaths? Sending breath into any area that may be calling for some extra breath, some extra love there. Can you surrender? Can you settle and be soft here? For 5 more breaths. Beautiful, guys. Slowly coming out of that, being gentle with your body, taking your right foot to meet left, maybe just wagging yourself from side to side on your knees as we go to our second side. So coming up, breathing up, stepping forward into our lizard pose, dropping our knee down, taking left hand by our left foot. Our foot is right off to the edge of our mat. And holding this now for 5 breaths here. Option to come up onto your knee. One long line From the tip of your head to the base of your foot. Beautiful, guys. Stepping your left foot to meet right, wagging your tail, and we're going to transition into pigeon on second side because I still want to give you guys a few minutes of Shavasana. Breathing your left leg up behind you, taking left knee to left elbow, coming down as we prepare for pigeon. Again, an option to stay on your back in your figure four. So stretching your right knee long behind you now as you stand tall. Maybe this is what's serving your body today. Or maybe you want to come down onto your elbows. In your expression of pigeon, second side, knowing that one side is completely different than the other. Awareness, not judgment. And where can you settle here in softness for 10 breaths? Slowly taking your hands to the mat, taking left knee to meet right, wagging your tail just a few more times. Great job, guys. Coming now down onto your mat and transitioning onto your backs. I am a few minutes late today, guys. I apologize for that. Just want to give you a few minutes of Shavasana. So settling here, knowing that the sound of my voice will bring you back when the time is right. Taking up as much room as you want to. Inhaling together. Sigh, let it all go. Nice work today, guys. Enjoy this next few moments of rest. For those of you who do not have a hard stop, you can stay in Shavasana. For those who need to get on with their day, slowly bring your awareness back to your body. Taking a little scan before we sit up, just seeing how's my body feeling after this last 30 minutes of honoring my body, playing through the postures, linking my breath with a movement, and offering anything in your body that it may be craving now as you wake up. Maybe massaging out your head from one side to the other, transitioning over to one side or the other as we gently push ourselves up to a seat. Sitting in a tall seat, once again, long spine, taking hands to heart center. Your gaze can be lowered or eyes can be closed. Thank you, guys. Inhaling together. Exhale, sigh, let it all go. It has been my honor to lead you in your practice this morning. I've missed this. Thank you for taking the time to come to your mat this morning. Thank yourself for doing that. Know that the love and the light in my heart bows to the love and the light in all of your hearts. Namaste. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit more open in your hips, maybe a little bit more open in your heart, in your mind. If you're we want you to think about being mindful rather than a mind being full. So I will see you again next Friday. Have great weeks, and thank you for joining. Bye.